In this session, we'll discuss about auditory pathway. The following structures are included in the auditory system: organ of Corti, which is the hearing receptor; dorsal and ventral cochlear nuclei; trapezoid body and its nuclei in the pons; lateral lemniscus; inferior colliculus; medial geniculate body; auditory radiation; and auditory cortex. You can see here this is the organ of Corti. This is the tectorial membrane. These are the inner hair cells and these are the outer hair cells. These are the outer pharyngeal cells which are supporting the outer hair cells, and this is the inner phalangeal cells supporting the inner hair cells. These are the rods of Corti which enclose tunnel of Corti which has corticolymph. And here you can see outside the outer hair cells, you can see the Hensen cells and cells of Claudius. You can see the hair-like processes are projecting into the reticular lamina which are in contact with the tectorial membrane. We can also see here the bipolar neurons in the spiral ganglion. So auditory pathway you can see here. So whenever there is stimulation of the hair cells by the tectorial membrane, so there will be passage of electrical impulse through the spiral ganglion neurons which are relaying into the dorsal cochlear nucleus and ventral cochlear nucleus. So from there it is bilateral representation going to the both sides, dorsal nucleus of trapezoid body and superior nucleus. It passes through the lateral meniscus and reaches the inferior colliculus. So majority of the fibers goes to the medial geniculate body. Only few fibers are relaying in the inferior colliculus. From medial geniculate body, it passes through the sublentiform part of the internal capsule through artery radiation to the primary artery area in the Heschel's gyrus. So you can see here this is the first order neurons. Here you can see this is the second order neurons, this is the third order neurons, and this will be the fourth order neuron. So how the mechanical energy of sound vibration is converted into electrical stimulus. The sound waves are collected by auricle and are conducted through the external auditory meters to the tympanic membrane to make it vibrate. The vibrating tympanic membrane causes three ossicles in the middle ear to vibrate. These are mainly syncus and stapes. The vibrations of footplate of stapes produce vibrations in the perilymph for the scala vestibuli. So here the sound waves are converted into fluid waves. The vibrations of the perilymph cause simultaneous vibration of the vestibular membrane and the endolymph in the cochlear duct, which causes basilar membrane to vibrate. As the basilar membrane vibrates, the hair cells of the organ of Corti attached to it move. You can see here. So when this membrane, this tectorial membrane will press upon the stereocilia of the hair cells. So as the basilar membrane vibrates, the hair cells of the organ of Corti attached to it move. Consequently, the stereocilia of the hair cells embedded in the tectorial membrane are bent. Bending of the stereocilia causes depolarization of the hair cells. The hair cells induce action potentials in the neurons of the cochlear nerve. The action potential generated in the cochlear nerve neurons is connected to the cerebral cortex via artery pathway, which I have explained in the earlier diagram, which is interpreted and perceived as sound. So now the second system is the vestibular system. The organs of balance can be divided structurally and functionally into two parts. The static labyrinth consisting of ventricle and sacral of the vestibule. Position of the head with they will detect the position of head with respect to gravity and also respond to linear acceleration and deceleration. So kinetic labyrinth consists of three semicircular ducts. So it's involved in evaluating movements of the head and has a special role in coordination of the eye movements with movements of the head. You can see here these are the maculae present in the utricle and saccule, and these are the cristae ampullaris which are present in the semicircular ducts or canal. So you can see here this is the structure of the macula. So you can see the flat surface. There is a otolith membrane. So here you can see the calcareous otoliths. So this presence of otoliths helps this otolith membrane to respond to gravity. So again you can see these are the hair cells with the stereocilia. And there will be kinocilium here, stereocilia and kinocilium. And you can see these are the supporting cells. You can see these are the dendrites of the neurons in the vestibular ganglion. So this is the structure of the macula. So macula is concerned with linear acceleration and deceleration and static equilibrium. Now when you come to the structure of crista ampullaris. Structure of crista ampullaris. The structure of the crista ampullaris is curved because it deals with the angular acceleration and it also deals with the kinetic equilibrium. You can see here the cupula. There are no otoliths in this. So cupula is gelatinous mass without otoliths. You can see these are the hair cells. You can see these are the supporting cells. You can see the dendrites of the vestibular ganglia. So this is the crista ampullaris in the semicircular ducts, and this is the macula in utricle and saccule. You can see here. So the utricle and saccule are having the macula. The semicircular canals are having the crista ampullaris. So from all these you can see the dendrites are carrying the impulse towards the vestibular ganglion neurons, and from there you can see the axons taking the impulse towards the vestibular nuclei. You can also see certain fibers going directly to the flocculonodular lobe. So from the vestibular nuclei you can see, from the vestibular nuclei there are projections going to the spinal cord, so vestibular spinal tract. You can also see certain fibers going to the cerebellum, vestibular cerebellar tract. You can see the connections through medial longitudinal fasciculus to the third, fourth and sixth cranial nuclei. You can also see vestibulo-thalamo-cortical pathway. Vestibulo-thalamo-cortical pathway. So the vestibular connections contribute to the coordination of muscle contraction and maintenance of upright posture. Through connections of the medial longitudinal fasciculus of the same and opposite side, the vestibular system controls some vestibulo-ocular and postural reflexes, example conjugate eye movements and movements of the neck and trunk in response to vestibular stimulation. The vestibular-thalamocortical connections gives a sense of balance, and their dysfunction has been associated with symptoms of motion sickness. The motion sickness presents with the symptoms of nausea, vomiting, weakness, and incapacitation. So this is mainly due to stimulation of semicircular canals during motion, such as in swing or amusement park ride. So body balance is a complex process. There are three inputs, like from vestibular nuclei and also from proprioceptive receptors of the whole body and also from the visual receptors in the eye. So derangement of any of the above components may give rise to clinical manifestations like truncal ataxia, staggering gait, nystagmus, and vertigo. The vertigo is a feeling of rotation either of the patient himself or his surrounding environment. Thank you.